It's June 3rd today, and I got kicked out of my job 2 days ago. Um, yeah, it's June 3rd, 2026. I got kicked out of my job 2 days ago, and I have no job now. I have my first show in 9 days, my flight in 8 days to Kazakhstan. I'll be there for 3 days, and I have the ticket. I bought the ticket in the beginning of May when I got my salary, but I have no money right now. Like, literally, just zero money. Um, there was a party that the company where I was working organized for 3 days, and I've been working in this company for like 3 years, and they gave us two tickets, like for the staff. They gave the staff two tickets, each staff member, just to invite like friends or parents, and I had no one to invite. So I gave one ticket to a guy from work. He's a student, and I sold one ticket for $20, and the price, and official price was $30. And there were no tickets for the third day of the party. They were all sold out. So I sold a ticket for the third day because I had it and I didn't need it, and of course I needed money for Kazakhstan for the show. I sold the ticket in the morning of 31st May around like 12 p.m. or 11 a.m. Everything was fine until so the party started around like 4 p.m. Everything was fine until around like 6 or 7 p.m. Turned out that they cancelled all the tickets that they gave to the staff. And the man who bought the ticket from me, he started texting me, "Hey man, I can't get inside. They said that the ticket's not working." And I was trying to solve it. Asked the group members. I mean, we had a group chat where all the staff members were, and the boss too. And my boss replied like all the tickets that were given to the staff got cancelled. We cancelled them, and they couldn't say it earlier. So I was trying to get the man through the VIP pass, but I couldn't since I went outside to meet him. My boss was also there, and the man approached me, and my boss was also next to me. And I told my boss, yeah, I sold him the ticket. And he said, go buy him the ticket. I said, fine. I had no other money than $20 that came from the ticket, and the original price were $30. To the people who were like selling the tickets, like official tickets, they were outside selling the tickets, and I told them, man, can I just pay you $20? I'm gonna pay you 10 more like in 10 minutes. He said, fine. So that moment I asked one of the I can say if he's a friend. He's not my friend, but just a guy that I know. I texted him. Asked him, like, do you have $10? He said, yeah. He went outside, gave me $10, and my boss told me to rip off my pass, like bracelet. We had a bracelet, staff bracelet. I ripped it off. I gave him the badge, and he told me to go and take my things. He went to the warehouse with me so I could take my backpack. I took my backpack. He told me to open my backpack. I opened it, and he didn't find anything. And then we went outside again. And he started talking to me like, why did I sell the ticket? I said that I needed money. And he said, yeah, okay, but you could have told us, told me, asked me. And I told him that he never replies because he hasn't replied to me since 2024. There were a lot of issues. For example, there was one issue when after one party that they also arranged like a year ago, I think, I couldn't come to help after party, and there was another bus we had. He said, okay, if you can't come help us, then we will take some money from your salary to call helpers. I said, yeah, sure, okay, I don't mind that. But then, after a couple days from that party, I heard from my coworker that they didn't call any helpers, that they spent that money from my salary for lunch. So back then I texted my boss about that situation, but he didn't reply. There was another situation when uh, I was in the class. There was a lesson going on, and there was this iMac on the table, and the teacher tripped on the wire that iMac was plugged in, and dropped the fucking iMac and broke it. And back then they forced me to pay half the price of the iMac. And for the half of that price of the fucking iMac, I worked 2.5 months without salary. I didn't quit the job. I didn't leave. I didn't run away. I stayed and worked without salary. Then, so my boss told me after the party that I was acting like a rat. And I said, how am I a rat if the tickets were given by you and you cancelled them? And I just exploded and just told him like mostly everything. He said about bonuses. He started talking about bonuses. He said, I'm sorry. He said, we give you bonuses after parties, such events, and you're acting like a rat. I said, why? Then why to? Then why you gave to the head administrator $200 as a bonus last party, but gave me $50? Basically, when there was this last party in March, it was also lasting 3 days, and 3 days of it at work, just like without the party, 3 days at work would be $45. So one day at work is $15. Basically, I work for $15 a day, and because of the party of 3 days, there were no classes at work, so they canceled all the classes and they put the party. And basically 3 days, I'm gonna sneeze. Basically 3 days at work would be $45, and from that party I had $50. I didn't get paid $95, but I mean I got paid 50 for the event. So basically, I mean obviously it's the profit is just $5. And I told him that everybody got different amount of money, and he said no. I gave everyone $50. And I said no. Everybody was saying that they got different amount of bonus. Some were saying they got less, some were saying they got more. And then he said, go home. I asked him if I could come to work tomorrow. He said no, not yet. He said he will talk to the head administrator, not head administrator, but ex head administrator. I said okay. I asked him if I can talk to him. He said not today. I said okay. I went home. And the next day, head administrator tells me, ex head administrator tells me that I got fired, and he doesn't know anything about the salary. I said okay. I don't care about the job. I just want the money because I really need the money right now. Because no one's supporting me, not at home, not at work, and I have no friends. And yeah, that's why I need the money. And yesterday, after visiting my mom at the hospital, I went back to my workplace to take my charger, take my t-shirt, just take my things. And I heard from the head administrator, which is currently as their one, that I'm not gonna get my salary. And I asked him like why. And he showed me the chat from the group chat, the message, the moment that I left home, the previous day. Turns out he texted to the whole group chat that I'm not gonna get my salary. I'm not gonna get paid. And I texted my boss about it. I said, come and talk to us. I mean, come and we'll talk. But he's not replying still. And I told the head administrator to tell me when he's gonna be at work. Turns out he was at work today, but he didn't tell me. I've been working for this company 3 years, and what ex-head administrator told me is that he kicked me out because he doesn't talk to admins a lot, administrators. I'm the only administrator there. He thinks that I'm gonna steal something. My bank card also got declined. Not declined, but I mean expired. And a week ago, probably I withdrew around like $50, not 50, around like $40 from the music. My card is expired already. And there's the show in 9 days. I have to fly out in 8 days. And my mom's in the hospital. I applied for other jobs too already. But I know that things are gonna get better. For sure. Maybe it'll take some time. A week, month. For the things to get better. But this year, I just have to do something to move out. Just to get somewhere, so I could be independent. Even if it's gonna be difficult. But still, I won't be a fucking burden to my family. And I won't be living here because, man, it's just fucking torturing. But all I can do for now is create, make music, at the same time. I'm also fighting my fear of being seen. I'm posting on Instagram and TikToks, like, just trying to, like, get some more audience. And I think for now, this is probably, for now, and I hope it's the last time, the worst moment of my life. There hasn't been any worse days in my life than now. I hope I can get my salary at least. So I could just, help my mom first. And then fly to the show, do the show, and start saving up for Europe, for moving out. I know that I'm gonna be needing a lot of money, but I'll figure it out. I've been also thinking of starting painting again because I just really want to keep my mind busy. Because I started having thoughts that I didn't have in years again. And I don't want to have such thoughts. That's why I want to keep my mind busy. I wish I could go outside and just, like spend time with my friends, but I have no friends and no money. And I don't want to ask my parents money. My brother, my dad, my mom. Not because they won't give me. They will give me, but come on, dude, I'm 22. That's how things are.